So, good morning all of you. Now we are continuing time and distance. Yesterday I went through your comments and yes, I see that some of you have some very interesting comments. You people say that, you people, and I could see that you the people saying that, sir, when you are teaching we are able to understand, but when we are about to practice, we are not getting the logic. This is a very interesting complaint. Yeah, that is the reason why we call this aptitude. That is the reason why we call this topic aptitude. I think you understand, my dear students. I hope you understand what I am telling you. So, that is the very reason why this topic is said to be aptitude. Aptitude is such a topic, seems to be so easy, but when you actually put it in practice, it may not be that easy. So, students, I want to tell you one thing. If the topic is so easy, if you think the topic is so easy, aptitude is such that we can easily handle just like your 10th standard exams or something like that, then why this topic is given in every competitive examinations, including a standard, one of the best standard examination in the world, CAT. I hope you understand my point. If aptitude is so easy, if you think that anybody can handle this topic, and if you think that the topic has no confusion and anybody can handle this without any difficulty, then why would this topic is given in competitive examinations? When some lakhs of people appear for competitive examination, they need to select the best. When they have to select the best, obviously the topic should be a little tricky for sure, it has to be tricky. Therefore, please understand, don't be under impression that, sir, we are unable to do all the questions. It is not possible, my dear students. It is a long term process. That is the reason why your management has taken a wonderful decision of conducting the classes before your actual academic starts. When your academic start, obviously you may not be having this much of time, you may not be in a position to focus this much. That is the reason why they are conducting. Of course, Corona is one of the reasons. So, fortunately, we are making this particular time for our best use. So, my dear students, yes, I understand. I could see from your readings, yes, somebody raised the point that they are unable to follow a topic like problems on ages. Partnership, you are doing well. I understand that. Yesterday, somebody raised it. Partnership, you are doing well. But problems on ages, you are unable to get the logic, isn't it? That what you mentioned. I tell you, okay, no problem, student. Please mention your difficulty. I will show you the right path for that. If you tell me the difficulty, I can help you. Okay, no problem. Therefore, what I understand is you find some difficulty in the topic like partnership problems on ages. I will find that. I will find the solution for that. Okay, students. Anyway, whatever the topic we are discussing, but the very two important concepts is percentages, ratio and proportion. These are the two important points one must understand. If anybody joins recently in the last 1 week or something, because ratio proportion was completed some 1 month ago, maybe they find little difficulty in handling the topic, because they might have come in between. So, when you come in between, obviously you find the difficulty, and we will definitely think about that, my dear students, and we will come out with a solution for that for sure, no doubt in it. No problem, student, we will take care, no doubt in it. You please trust us, we will show you the right path, no doubt in it. Yeah, no problem, student, we will definitely handle the topics which are already been completed. We come again, no problem with that. Now, you please follow the topics right now. Here we go. As far as our time and distance is concerned, as I told you that the only formula we discuss in this particular topic is the distance is given by the formula speed into time. That is only the formula. D is equal to S into T. If you remember that, probably you will be able to derive the remaining two. The remaining two also come from the same term. Yeah, good morning, students. Good morning, everyone. Now, yes, please continue. So, by the way, speed is given by the formula. So, from that, speed is given by the formula distance by time, and of course, the time is given by the formula distance by speed. Only one formula, from that the remaining two can be derived. So, this is a very fundamental principle of time and distance. But the thing is, When you have distance in kilometer, you must see that time should be in hours, and by the way you get your speed, you get in kilometer per hour. This is distance, this is time, this is speed. This is one combination. This is combination number 1. Combination number 2, meter per second, meter per second. If the distance is in meters, time should be in seconds. Student, if I want to walk from this particular place to over there, the distance is hardly, I can say it is hardly 20-30 meters, nothing more than that. If the distance is so very small, that is 20-30 meters, would you think the time in hours? Are you crawling? No. You are walking? No. Obviously, you will be taking in seconds only. So, your speed will be in meter per second. I think you understand this. So, this is something we understood as far as time and distance is concerned, the basic principles, and of course, the conversions, both are equally important. By the way, my dear students, there are two important points you must understand that. When speed is given in kilometer per hour, and if you multiply the same by 5/18, the same will be converting into meter per second. When you are moving from kilometer to meter, you have to take the smaller number on the top. Unitary method, less by more, less by more. If you want to decrease, less by more. I could see some of you have joined recently, my dear student. You the people might be facing some difficulty. I understand that. I understand that. Explain yesterday test. Yeah, students, we will be discussing, no doubt in it. Last 1 hour we will be discussing yesterday's paper, sure. Yeah. And if the speed is in meter per second, student, if we multiply the same by 18/5, the same will be converting into kilometer per hour. Check it out. When you are changing meter to kilometer, so when you are changing to greater number, bigger number should be on the top, isn't it? Therefore, from this what do you understand, my dear students? 10 meters per second. Tell me, how do you convert into kilometer per hour? Just no requirement. No need to send messages. Please do not send any message. Don't send. Unless you ask to do so, please don't send. I want to see my inbox absolutely clear. Otherwise, I will be missing some important points. Okay? Here we go. Student, if this is the case, then what I do, you know, I will be multiplying the same by 18/5. So, what happens, you know, the same will be converted into 36 kilometers per hour. And this one I will be multiplying by 5/18. So, the same will be converted into 10 meters per second. Student, you the people saying that, sir, when you are telling it seems to be absolutely fine, but when we start practicing, we find the difficulty. Students, please listen to me. Whenever a topic is started, a PDF is given to your mail, that is available to you, a PDF file. You need not go any other site. Every questions and many number of questions you will find in our PDF. So, time and distance PDF is available. You can download and you can do the questions, practice. But remember, before you practice, it is not that how many questions you do, it is how good you are handling the question is all important. Here the case is, here the question is not the number, but it is the quality. Student, what you have to do is, you have to design some questions of your own. Student, should I come again? Aptitude. Tell me, what is the definition of aptitude? Every time I am repeating this, natural ability of learning. Natural ability of learning. It is the natural ability. Aptitude is nothing but a natural ability, which means to say that student should be able to handle of his or her own. It is not that I will be teaching something and you will be doing the same. No, it is not like that. Every time you get the new cases, you have to get it. Otherwise, why it is basing on skill? Student, communication is a skill, you know. Did anybody teach you how to speak in Telugu? No. How to speak in Telugu? Did anybody tell you? No, 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 no. You learned of your own. By looking your father, your mother, your colleagues and your brothers or sisters, you have learned speaking in Telugu. It is a natural process, aptitude. So, when I give you some questions, you please design some questions of your own. Don't do too many hours, but do smart work. It is not hard work, but it is smart work. That will give you the dividends. The world looking for talented people, not the people just they do laborious work. It is not the laborious work, it is the smart work. Okay, student? So, whenever a question is given to you, you please design some questions of your own, right? So, right now everything the basics are all done. So, I think you are very comfortable now. Now, let me tell you. So, this question we already completed. I do not want to repeat this question because this is not really complicated. When the questions are not complicated, I am not going to repeat the same. Okay? Now, let us go to the next question. Question number 2. Here we go. Question number 2. Yes, we did it. The question number, yes, this one we did it. This one we already did. I do not want to repeat because it is so comfortable. By this time, you already got some idea about this. This one we already did. Yes, student, this one Mukesh traveled a certain distance. Yeah, here we go. Murthy traveled. Sorry, student, yesterday in place of 20, I took 10 and I confused you. That is my mistake. Now, I think this is very good. Okay. Now, at the moment, I feel that you, the people, are doing extremely well. I think you are able to understand what is my point. So, you are asking me to explain time and distance questions once again, student. You are asking me to explain time and distance questions once again because we have completed very few questions actually. We did not complete too many questions, but still you want me to explain the questions once again? Okay, okay, no problem. Then I do one thing, man. Then I do one thing. I do not want to start the previous, okay, okay, no problem because I have to satisfy your needs. If you do not understand the very purpose of our discussion is fully defeated, then I do one thing. What I do, you know? I will make you to answer some of the questions. You please answer these questions. Within 5 minutes of time, we complete the revision and then we straight away go to the next question because students are asking me to explain. No problem. We discuss different questions. Okay. Come on, student. Here is the point. In place of 4 and 5, in place of 4 and 5, you please take 2 and 3. In place of 25 minutes, you please take 24 minutes and answer this question quickly within seconds. Come on, student, what you are waiting for? Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead, please, go ahead. Yeah, yesterday paper we will be discussing, student. Yesterday paper we will be discussing. Yesterday paper we will be discussing for sure, no doubt in it. Come on, answer this question, make it fast. Very good, very good, very good. Answer, please respond quickly. Respond quickly, my dear students. Very good, very good. Therefore, yes, I got your answer, I got your answer. Well done, well done, well done. Student, minutes, time should be in minutes. It is not kilometer per hour, it is minutes. Very good, very good. Yeah, it is. The ratio between the speeds of Vivek and Pandu is given in the ratio 2:3. When the speeds are in the ratio 2:3, the times should be in the ratio 3:2. Because speed and time are inversely proportional. Just look at that, because the speed is given by the formula distance by time. You see, time is in the denominator. It is understandable that speed and time are inversely proportional. Tell me, Vivek take how much time? 24 minutes. So, Vivek is supposed to take 3 parts. When 3 parts are 24 minutes, 3 into 8, 24. Every 1 part is 8 minutes. Therefore, 2 parts, that is 16 minutes. Yeah, that's very good response. Yes, congratulations, student. Therefore, repetition is done and also you also did some questions. This is a very good thing. So, we can go ahead with more confidence. Student, are we clear? Now, please look at the next question. So, second question is similar, therefore, I do not want to touch. Now, we discuss this question, please look at that. Let me make some changes in the question and let us see how you are able to handle this question. Ready? Now, here we go. In place of 7 by 5 by 3, you please take 7:4. Okay? In place of 8 minutes, you please take 9 minutes. Answer this question quickly. Come on, make it fast. Come on, student, make it fast, make it fast. Let us not waste the time. We make it fast and we move on to the next question quickly. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Yes, I am waiting for your answer. 7 by 4, 7:4, both mean the same. 7 by 4, 7:4, both mean the same. Now, yes, I got the point. Here we go. Very good. Driving at 7 by 4 of his usual speed, which means here the relation is present speed and usual speed. Today he is driving present speed and usual speed. Tell me, 7 by 4. 7 by 4 means 7:4. His usual speed was 4 parts. Now he is moving at 7 parts. Therefore, when speed is 7:4, you can understand the time should be in the ratio of 4:7. What is this? This was the time he used to take. This is the time now he took. Difference is how many parts? 3 parts. Difference is how many minutes? 9 minutes, which means every one part is 3 minutes. In this question, every one part is 3 minutes. What you are asked to find? Usual time. This is usual time, 7 parts. 7 into 3, 21. I think we are going strong. Okay? Are we clear, my dear students? No, yes, I think yes. These are the basic questions yesterday we discussed. I think now it is the time that we have to go ahead. Yeah. This is the time that we should go ahead. Come on, student, we continue. This one, similar one. This one you please note down. I will explain you this question after some time. This one already we discussed yesterday. Many questions we discussed of this model. Just leave it. Now here we go. Come on, student, now just look at this question. Here we go. Just look at the board. Look at the board. This is the new question and I am asking you to explain to me. Please give me answer. Quick. Don't waste your time. I think question is very much clear to you. Please go ahead, go ahead. Come on, student, I am waiting for your response. I am waiting for your response. I did not get your response so far. Any one of you? Any one of you? What is the ratio? What is the ratio? Very good. Yes, very good, very good. You see, the question is so clear. Two persons A and B started from two different places towards each other. If the ratio of their speeds is 3:5, my dear students, when the speeds is 3:5, then the ratio of their distances covered. Okay. Come on, student, please let me tell you what is the formula for speed. Speed is given by the formula distance by time. You see, distance is on numerator, which means speed and distance is directly proportional. Speed and distance are directly proportional. More speed, more the distance you can cover. Come on, student, just use your common sense. More speed, more distance, less speed, less distance, which means distance and speed are directly proportional. Therefore, your answer is 3:5. My question is only the ratio between the distances. Then what is the ratio of the distance covered by A and B respectively till the point of meeting if the time taken is same? Your answer must be 3:5. But somebody put answer 5:3. See. So have you seen the mistake you have committed? 5:3 is not the ratio what I am looking for. Yes, my dear student, if you are saying 5:3, that is the ratio of the times. If you are saying 5:3, that is not the ratio of the distance. Actually, here the question is about the distance covered. Therefore, your answer should have been 3:5, but not 5:3. You understand that? You understand that formula? Speed is equal to distance by time. Speed is directly proportional to distance, whereas speed is inversely proportional to the time. I hope you understand, my dear students. Now, is the things clear to you, my dear student? I hope yes, we are going very good. Well done. No confusion. We can move on to the next question with command. Just look at that. Question number A. A is twice as fast as B. B is thrice as fast as C. Come on, student, please look at that. Here we have three people, A, B and C. Just look at that. The journey covered by C in 54 minutes will be covered by B in what time? I can say that here the relation of A is not required. Even though in the question there is a mention of A, but in actual question you are not supposed to get anything about A. You are asked to get the relation between B and C only. Just look at this. The journey covered by C in 54 minutes will be covered by B in what time? So, B and C. Tell me, what is the relation between the C? B is thrice as fast as C. What is that, my dear student? That is the ratio of their speeds. B is thrice, 3 times. So, when the ratio of B and C is 3:1, the time they take is in the ratio 1:3. Student, first information, I am just not looking at that because here the relation is between B and C only. So, why should I bother about A? You understand that? Come on, come on. What is 54 minutes? That is the time taken by C. 54 minutes is the time taken by C. See? The distance, the journey covered by C in 54 minutes, 3 parts of 54, 3 into 18, 54, 1 into 18, 18. So, B takes how much time? B takes 18 minutes. I think you understand, my dear students. You need to focus, my dear student. Focus is all important. It is not a routine topic like physics or chemistry because it is basing on skill. Therefore, you have to focus. You should be able to handle some questions of your own as well. Okay. I think this is okay for you. But whether you are getting it right or not, how would I know? Yes, I will be able to do if I give you some questions. Here we go. Please look at that. Student, I just want to make some changes in the question. You please answer. Okay. Are we ready? Now, here we go. Look at this. In place of C, you please take A and answer the same question again. In place of C, you take A and then answer the same question again. Come on, what you are waiting for? Make it fast. Come on, student, I am waiting for your reply. I am waiting for your reply. Yes, very good, very good, very good, very good. Excellent, excellent. Excellent, excellent. Very good student. Excellent, excellent. Which means that you are able to get the point clear. Here we go. Even though in this particular question we have a mention of A, B and C, forget about C. Because the relation is between A and B only. Tell me, A is twice as fast as B. That's it. So, when the speeds are in the ratio 2:1, the times will be in the ratio 1:2. Get it? The journey covered by A in 54 minutes, the journey covered by A in 54 minutes, 54 minutes is the time taken by A. One part is 54, two parts are 108 minutes. Get it? But you mentioned 27 student. No, you should be okay. 108 is also there, but earlier starting people, many of you mentioned 108. I mean 27, but it should be 108. Student, before you answer, can't you use your common sense? Just use your common sense. Just look at that. Who is faster? A is faster. A is twice as fast. You see, I am twice as fast as you. You understand that? I am twice as fast as you. When I took 54 minutes, even though being twice fast, you will be taking more than that. Use your common sense, my dear students. Why you are not using your common sense? But you play video games so effectively, isn't it? You play video games very effectively. You operate computers so effectively. Why you are not putting your brain here? Come on, you can put it. You can do this. I think you understand this. So, before you answer, you please read the question seriously. So, mistake is what is the question? Yeah, come on. Students, I cannot read all your messages. Please do understand that. I may not be able to read all your messages. Yeah, yes, I could read. I can only have some word for you. I am just looking at all the messages. Messages give me some strength as a teacher. I could see that you are responding well, you are getting it right. That's it. I cannot see all the messages. It's not possible. See, hundreds of messages are there. But still, I appreciate the way in which you are working. Congratulations. Well done, student. Please go ahead. Here we go. Excluding stoppages of the speed of the train, speed of the train is 65 km per hour. Excluding stoppages, let me suppose that this is the train. Excluding stoppages, without any stoppages, the train is moving at 65 km per hour. Student, first of all, let me tell you, if I ask you a question whether express train is moving fast or passenger train, you say express train. But let me tell you the practical things. Both passenger and express trains move at the same speed. Why would you feel express train is moving at a faster speed? It is only because of less stoppages. When the train stops for little number of places, obviously you feel that it is moving at faster pace. So, excluding stoppages, you tell me what is the speed of the train? It is 65 km in every 1 hour. In 1 hour of time, the train could able to move 65 km without any stoppages. I can tell you that is the maximum speed of the train. But without any stoppages, if it is moving at 65 km per hour, that should be the maximum and original speed of the train. Yeah. Including stoppages. Now come on, student. Including stoppages. Including stoppages. When there are stoppages, the speed of the train is confined to 52 kilometer per hour. In the same manner, the speed of the train is 52 kilometer per hour. Did you see that? Actually, it could travel 65 kilometer, but it could able to travel only 52. Why? Because of stoppages. Tell me student, what is the distance lost? What is the distance lost because of stoppages? 13 kilometers. You get the point? You get the point? Instead of 65, it could able to travel only 52. So tell me how many kilometers it lost? 13 kilometers out of 65. Tell me what is the distance lost? 1/5 of the distance. The train otherwise would have traveled for 65, but because of stoppages it lost 13 kilometers. How much is that? 1/5. If you convert the same into time, that is 12 minutes. If you convert the same into time, that is 12 minutes. Therefore, how many minutes does the train stop in every 1 hour? That is 12 minutes. Please note down. I will explain you one more question. Come on student, please go ahead. Please go ahead. Are we clear, my dear students? Okay, shall I give you one more example? Maybe this time you get more clarity. Please, here we go. Here we go. Come on student. In place of 60 kilometer, 65, you please take 60. And in place of 52 kilometer, you please take 50. And answer the same question again. Come on, make it fast. Don't waste your time. Make it fast. Come on student. Please answer. Please answer. We discuss one more question with different values. Maybe this time you will be able to get it right. Excluding stoppages, which means that is the maximum speed, that is the maximum distance the train can travel in 1 hour. You see, excluding, without any stoppages. When without any stoppages, if the train is moving 60 kilometer per hour, you can understand that that is the original speed, that is the original distance the train can travel in every 1 hour. That is the maximum distance the train can travel in 1 hour. If you put more stoppages, slowly the speed reduces. Come on student, including. When the stoppages are included, it could able to travel only 50 kilometers in the same 1 hour. Tell me student, why the distance has reduced? It is only because of stoppages. Passenger train, we feel it is moving very slow, it is only because of stoppages. Had there been no stoppages, it would also, yes, it can also move at a greater speed, you know. Tell me students, how many kilometers we lost? We lost 10 kilometers because of stoppages. We lost 10 kilometers because of stoppages. I think you understand what is my point. Now you please come to the point, I think I can make it clear to you. Here we go. Tell me student, what is the original distance the train can move? Train can move 60 kilometers. In denominator you have 60, it is an indication that the train can otherwise go 60 kilometer had there been no stoppages. But it lost 10 kilometers, which means 1/6 of the distance this train has lost. If you want to convert the same into time, so the time comes around 10 minutes. Therefore, if you ask me, sir, why did it lost? Because of stoppages. How much time it stopped? 10 minutes in 1 hour. Therefore, yeah. In India, you see students, we have too many stations. Therefore, everybody expect the train should stop at their respective station. When what happens, whenever the train stops for a lot of time, obviously it loses its speed. That is the reason we feel the trains are moving at slower pace. Pittapuram, the train has to stop. Samarlakota, it has to stop. You see, in very near future, Pittapuram, Samarlakota, see what is the distance between these two? It is hardly 20 kilometers, but trains has to stop. When the train is halting at every station, obviously its speed reduces. You understand that? Come on student, one more question, you please answer this question. You please answer this question quickly, quick. Come on, go ahead, go ahead. Look at the question, look at the question. Probably by looking at the question, you get some clarity. Here we go. Excluding stoppages, excluding stoppages. Excluding stoppages, without any stoppages, my dear students, excluding stoppages, the speed of the bus is 54 kilometer per hour. It can move 54 kilometer in every 1 hour if there is no stoppages. But including stoppages, including stoppages, including stoppages, the speed of the bus is confined to only 45 kilometers, which means how much distance is lost because of stoppages? 9 kilometers is the distance lost. Tell me, the bus otherwise would have moved 54 kilometers, but lost 9 kilometers. Tell me how much distance it lost? 1/6. If you convert the same into time, that you get 10 minutes. 10 minutes is the total halt time in 1 hour. So, in every 1 hour, the bus halts for 10 minutes. But the thing is, at every stop, it halts only for 2 minutes. At every halt, it halts only for 2 minutes. Isn't it? Therefore, how many halts it must be having? 5 halts. 10 minutes is the total time it halted. It halted for how many times? It halted for 5 times. You understand that? 10 minutes is the total time of halting, which means, but it halts only 2 minutes at every station. There must have been 5 halts. Students, are you getting it right? Come on, man. Want to answer one more question of the same model? Maybe this time you get more clarity. It is not 5 minutes, it is 5 times. Be careful, be careful. It is not 5 minutes. Many of you mentioned 5 minutes. No, it is 5 times. There were 5 halts. Okay. Okay, student. I just want to make some changes and let us see how you are answering this question. Come on, come on. In place of 54, in place of 54, you take 60, 45 we can keep it constant, okay, and let us assume that at every halt the bus halts for 5 minutes. You please answer the same question again. Come on student, if this is the question, then what is going to be your answer? Make it fast. We don't have a lot of time. Come on, make it fast, my dear student. A diagram is very important for you to get the point clear. If you are able to draw the diagram, we can able to answer this. Halt means stoppages. Halt means stoppages. Halt means stoppages. Your bus stops somewhere, it is a halt. Halt means stoppages, bus stops, stoppages. Tell me student, without any stoppages it can go 60 kilometer per hour, but including stoppages it could move only 45 kilometer per hour. You understand that? Now you have to go ahead. Come on, come on, come on, come on student, I am waiting for your reply. Please answer my question. Very good, very good. Yes, 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 yes. Very good, very good. Tell me what is the distance that is lost because of stoppages? 15 kilometers. Out of 60, if it loses 15 kilometers, which means 1/4 of the distance it loses, and this comes around 15 minutes. So, this particular bus halts for 15 minutes every 1 hour. Is it that it stops only at one place? No, at every place it halts only for 5 minutes. To have 15 minutes, there must be 3 stoppages. There must be 3 stoppages or 3 halts. Did you see? So, like that you have to design questions of your own. Natural ability of learning. Okay, student, you can easily get it, not a very big issue. Come on, student, we move on to the next question. Here we go. A man takes 10 hours to walk to a certain place and return by cycle. A man takes, student, we do one thing, we discuss this question after some time, just leave it. At the moment you leave the question, we discuss after some time. This question we discuss after some time. Now please, now you please put the subheading average speed. You please put the subheading average speed. We discuss some more points. After that, we get back to the questions which we intentionally left, because everything we can't teach at one go. Right? We have to have the right process. Here we go. Average speed. Students, first of all, you tell me what is the meaning of what is average of 60 and 40. Simply, you say that average of 60 and 40 is 50, isn't it? So, you know what is the meaning of average? You know very well, because in your school days also you come to know what is average. But student, let me give you some example. Now you tell me what is average speed. Student, Gautami Express, which starts at Kakinada, is moving to Secunderabad. Godavari Express started at Kakinada and it is moving to Secunderabad. Okay? Up to Rajahmundry, Godavari Express travelled at a speed of 100 km per hour. Let us assume that from Kakinada to Rajahmundry, it is already 1 hour journey. It was moving at a speed of 100 km per hour, and later on from Rajahmundry to Secunderabad, it just moves at 20 km per hour. It just moved only at 20 km per hour. Speed drastically comes down. What happened, you know? Speed dramatically comes down. My question to you, after reaching to Secunderabad, if anybody asks you at what speed you come to Secunderabad, then what would be your answer? Tell me. Tell me, student. If anybody asks you at what speed you reach Secunderabad, can tell me what is your answer? Come on, respond. Respond, my dear students. What is your answer? If somebody asks you at what speed you reach Secunderabad, then what would be your answer? Please respond. Quickly, quickly. What is your answer? How can you say that? At what speed you reach Secunderabad? Remember, you started at Kakinada and you are moving to Secunderabad. You started at Kakinada and you are moving to Secunderabad. Okay. I understand that. You say that 60 km per hour. You say that 60 km per hour. Student, if you are you serious that you can say that you reach Secunderabad at 60 km per hour? Just use your common sense. Use your common sense. Come on, look at me. It was started at Kakinada. Up to Rajahmundry, you made at a speed of 100 km per hour. In what time you reach Rajahmundry if you move at that speed? Hardly 30 minutes or 40 minutes. And after that, from Rajahmundry to Secunderabad, if you move at 20 km per hour, imagine how much time it takes. It almost take 1 day, it is almost take 1 day. In that you forget this 100. You do not understand that. You forget this 100. Can you say 60? If somebody says that 100 plus 20 by 2, you are absolutely mistaken. You are absolutely mistaken. But I could see that you are putting 60 kilometer per hour. Student, don't you think it is absolutely wrong? Did you understand why did I say wrong? Because the reason is, because from Kakinada to Rajahmundry, you moved at a greater speed. After that, your speed dramatically decreases. You would never feel average speed 60. It is not possible for you to feel. You understand that? So, average is different from average speed. Therefore, you please note down 3 important points under the heading of average speed. Please write down. If a certain distance is covered at a speed of x kilometers per hour, for some time, and another distance is covered at y kilometers per hour for the same time, please underline same time, then average speed is equal to x plus y by 2. Note number 1. Then average speed is equal to x plus y by 2. Okay? Come on. Note number 2. Come on, student. Note number 2. If a certain distance is covered, at x kilometer per hour and another same distance, please underline same distance, is covered at y kilometers per hour, then average speed is equal to 2xy by x plus y. Put it in bracket. Please put it in bracket. Okay? Are we done, student? Did you note it down? Now model number 3. Note number 3. In every other case, average speed is equal to total distance travelled by total time taken. Okay? Total distance travelled by total time taken. Student, are we clear? Now please come to the point. So when we think about average speed, we have 3 formulas. So we have to use 3 different formulas to find average speed. You understand that? Tell me student, what are those formulas? Formula number 1. Average speed is given by the formula x plus y by 2. Condition, if time is the same. If the time travelled in both these cases is same, then we have to use the formula x plus y by 2. So, average speed, we can use the formula this one when student, when, if distance is the same. If distance is the same, then in every other case formula total distance travelled by total time taken. Total time taken. Now, we use this formulas and try to find out average speed. You see what mistake you have committed when I ask you to answer average speed. You have to put your common sense, my dear students. Are we ready? Now, please look at the questions. We discuss one by one. Now, by this time you will be able to get it right. Here we go. Question number, Ajay travelled a distance by car at 60 km per hour for 35 minutes. Please underline 35 minutes. He again travelled a distance by bus at 40 km per hour for another 35 minutes. For the first 35 minutes, he travelled at 60 km per hour. For another 35 minutes, he travelled at 40 km per hour. Therefore, average speed throughout the journey when the time is same, your answer is x plus y by 2. Therefore, 60 plus 40 by 2. Hence, your answer is 50 km per hour. Okay, student? Did you get it? You can ask me why you are using that formula, because my answer is in both the cases the time taken is absolutely same. When the time taken is same, we can definitely use this formula. You understand that? Come on student, here we go. Now here we go. Come on student, you please answer this question, make it fast. Let me see how quickly you are able to do it. Go ahead. I am waiting students, I am waiting for your reply. Come on, come on, come on. Come on student, please respond quickly. Let us see how you are doing this. Yes student, I am waiting for your answer. No answer so far, no answer so far. Come on man, what time you are taking? Come on, quickly, quickly, yeah. I need to get the response from your side. Come on. No. Okay. Very good. Right. Excellent. Yeah, come on student, please look at that. If a car moves from A to B, from A to B at a speed of 60 km per hour, and from B to A at 40 km per hour. Student, tell me, A to B, B to A, distance is same. When distance is same, average speed may be found by using the formula 2xy by x plus y. That is 2 into 60 into 40 by 60 plus 40, 100. Therefore, answer 48 km per hour. Student, you are quickly forgetting man. You are quickly forgetting. No. You should be even more clear. I think you understand my point. Average speed can be found by using the formula. Okay. Now, yes, you are on the line. You are able to get it. Well done, student. We can go ahead with more confidence. Here we go. One more question. Just look at that. A bus travels 450 kilometers in 7 hours and another 740 kilometers in 10 hours. distance is not same, time is not same. In such a scenario, average speed can be found total distance travelled divided by total time taken. Total time taken. So, this is the formula we use in this situation. Come on student, what is the total distance? 450 plus 740. What is the total time? 7 plus 10 hours. Therefore, 1190 divided by 17, your answer is 70 kilometer per hour. Student, I hope you are able to get it, man. Very good, yeah, that's good. Because the topic is, yes, I understand that the topic has a little confusion for sure, it has to be. Topics usually has this kind of confusion, it has to be, but we have to come out of that. So, the basics of time and distance, with this we have completed. Before I move on to the next concept in time and distance, please respond. So far, so good. Are we going in the right direction? Are you able to get it, my point? Please, if you say yes, I go to the next question. Please respond, yes or no. Come on student. Please respond student. Are we going in the right direction? Are you able to catch me? Please tell me student, let me see your response. Yes or no, tell me. If you find any difficulty, we have to come again, no problem. I must make sure that aptitude should be a cakewalk like. It should be like, because this topic is so important. It is my responsibility. Please respond. Is this okay for you or not? Come on. Student, are you able to get my point? Please tell me. Are we going in the right direction? Okay. Right. Everything is fine. Very good. So, you see, I could see that many of you say, yes, we are going in the right direction. Okay, student. Okay. If you find any difficulty, you please mention, no problem, we will discuss again. I could see 99% of the people say yes. So, with this, I am moving to the next concept. Please put the subheading trains. Please put the subheading trains. Student, first of all, before I answer your question, trains, you take train. Any train moves at a certain speed. It takes some time. So, speed is there, time is there, and obviously it travels some distance, everything is same. So, train will have to travel a certain distance for which it takes some time, everything is under time and distance. If that is the case, then why this topic is considered to be separate from time and distance? What is the point in trains? Why this topic should be separately studied? Why? Should I tell you why? Now, please come. Student, let me suppose that there is an electric pole. This is an electric pole. A car moving at a 60 kilometer per hour. Can you tell me, this is an electric pole? This is the car moving at 60 kilometer per hour. In what time it crosses the pole, electric pole? In what time? Seconds. Few seconds. If I have to be very fair enough, maybe it takes only fraction of seconds. You cannot even calculate. You see, this is an electric pole. This is the car. This is traveling. This is about to cross. In what time it crosses? It almost crosses in no time, which means you cannot even calculate the time. But my dear students, the same electric pole, if the train has to cross at the rate of 60 kilometer per hour, tell me, do it take some time? Do it take some time? This is an electric pole, this is an electric pole, the train is crossing. You see, just imagine the train is crossing. You see, definitely train will take some time, you know, it will take some time. Student, you stand on the platform, Godavari Express is just has come and it is crossing you. Just imagine a situation. Do you think Godavari Express takes some time to cross you? Yeah, because it has some length. Trains, obviously being a bigger vehicles, do have some length to cross. You understand that? Do have some length to cross. Therefore, let me suppose that if the train's length is given 400 meters, yeah, some of the trains are even 1 kilometer in length. Some of the goods train you see, they are very big length. That is the reason why a driver is there in the front and the guard is there at the end. Therefore, a train is taken care by a driver in the front and guard at the end. Goods guard, we call him goods guard. Every train has guard because of the bigger length, it's because of the bigger length. Student, anaconda, you know, python, anaconda snakes, the biggest snakes in the world, anaconda, they don't exist more in number, because you know, it is difficult for the snakes to protect themselves. Because if anaconda has to protect, it has to protect all its length. Because in the nature it is difficult to protect all its length. That is the reason why there are not too many anacondas, not too many pythons. You see that? Because it is very difficult to protect themselves. So student, if I give you in what time the train crosses a pole, then what is your answer? Time is given by distance by speed. In this case, what is the distance? Length of the train is taken as the distance. What is the speed? 60. Because it is in meters, it should be in meter per second. What is 400? Length of the train. What is the speed? 60. Why you are multiplying by 5 by 18? When the distance is in meters, time should be in meter per second. I think you understand that. So when we need to consider the train, we need to understand what is the length. I think you understand what is the length. It is equally important. Come on student, let me give you one example. Here we go. There is a platform. There is a platform of 400 meters. Platform length is 400 meters. A car is traveling at a speed of 60 kilometer per hour. A car is moving at a speed of 60 kilometer per hour. Tell me student, in what time the car crosses the platform? Simple. Here the time formula is distance by speed. What is the length of the platform? Length of the platform is 400. What is the speed of the car? 60. Of course, should be converted into meter per second. Isn't it? When a car crosses a platform, we usually take the length of the platform. That's it. Because car has no length. What could be the length of the car? Hardly 1 meter. In India, cars are obviously too compact. We call them hatchback. Of course, bigger cars are there. They are called sedans. But the length of the car could be maximum around 1 meter to 2 meters. Right? Okay. Come on. If the same platform of length 400 meters, if the train has to cross, which is moving at 60 kilometer per hour, let me suppose that the length of the train is around 600 meters. Tell me in what time it crosses the platform? Come on student. Time formula, distance by speed. In this case, we have to take the distance 400 plus 600. Of course, speed is 60. Why, man? When a train crosses the platform, length of the platform should be taken as well as length of the train. I think you are able to get it, my point. Maybe I think you require some more questions to get the clarity. So, I do one thing, my dear students. Tomorrow when I start the topic of trains, I will demonstrate each question by getting a figure. I will go at a slower pace. I am not in hurry to complete the syllabus, but I want to make sure you are able to get my point clear. That is only my wish. Okay, student? So, tomorrow we discuss the next level of time and distance with diagrammatic approach. Maybe you will be able to get my point right. Okay? Okay, student? Now, you please take some break, have some water, and we will come back, and when we come back we discuss clock. Yesterday's paper clock we discuss. Okay? Please. Okay, student, now this is the topic clock. There are some new questions in clock, and now this is the time we need to discuss those questions. Question number 1, just look at that. A boy observes the reflection of a wall clock in a mirror. The time observed by the boy in the mirror is 5:35. What is the actual shown in the clock? Student, when you observe a clock in the mirror, that won't give you the right time, you know. The simple technique is, let me tell you, very simple technique, my dear student. So, when you are answering this kind of questions, there is a very simple technique for this. The technique is very, very clear. If you want to see the actual time, then in the mirror, you have to subtract the given time from 12. So, what is the time now? What is the time that is given to you? The time that is given to you is, the time that is given to you is 5:35. Therefore, if you subtract 5:35 from 12, you will be, 1 hour is given over there. So, how much you left? You left 11, 11 minus 5, 6. Therefore, the correct answer is 6:25. The simple technique is, if you want to see the reflection, the simple technique is you have to subtract the same from 12. I think you understand my point. Okay, student? So, here you see this is the mirror, and you have the time over here, and if you have the same time over here, and both never show the same time, you know, same time they never show. If it shows 3 o'clock, it shows 9 o'clock, isn't it? That is the problem. So, this kind of questions we can handle by subtracting the same from 12. Okay? You please answer one question for my, let us see how you are able to do this. In place of 5:35, come on student, if I give you 7:40, what is going to be your answer? Come on, respond quickly. Come on student, please respond. If I give you 7:40, then what is the correct time? I am waiting for your answer, my dear students. I am waiting for your answer. I did not get your answer so far. Come on, come on, come on, come on. The question is, a boy observes the reflection of a wall clock in a mirror. The time observed by the boy in the mirror is 7:40. In the mirror, if it is 7:40, then you are asked to find what is the correct time. Very good, very good. Correct, correct, correct. Very good student. Yes, yes, yes. Excellent, excellent. So, there is the point. Yes, you got the point right. Therefore, the simple technique, you have to subtract the same from 12. From 12, if you subtract 7:40, you get everything. Come on student. From zeros, you cannot subtract 40, you know. Therefore, 1 hour is taken over here. If you take 1 hour from here, it will be 60 minutes. 60 minus 40, 20. Now, here you have 11 only. 11 minus 7, therefore, your answer is 420. Okay. So, now you got the point right. So, reflection means you have to subtract the same from 12. There you will be getting your answer. Okay, student? Everything under control. Now, we look at question number 2. Here we go. An accurate clock shows 7 a.m. Through how many degrees will the hour hand rotate when the clock shows 1 p.m.? Student, here we go. Just look at this. The question is so simple. Here is the clock. Here is the clock. Come on student, please look at this. This is 12, this is 3, 6, 9, 1, 2, 4, 5, 7, 8, 10, 11. Tell me what is the time now? Time shows 7 o'clock. The time is 7 o'clock. When time is 7 o'clock, it is understandable our hand is on 7 and minute hand is on 12 when the time is 7 o'clock. What you are expecting? 1 p.m. 1 p.m. 1 p.m. in the sense when the time is 1 p.m. See my dear students, our hand must come all the way to here, isn't it? Tell me, from 7, 8. How many divisions? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. It has to move 30 divisions, our hand. See, 7 to 8, 5 divisions, 8 to 9, 5 divisions. So, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. It has to come up to 1. Every 1 division is 6 degrees. Therefore, 30 into 6, your answer is 180 degrees. I hope you understand this. This is not a very big issue, my dear student. If you can understand, you can easily get your answer. Okay. So, the question is so easy, very simple. Now, we move on to next question. Question number 3. At 3:40, just look at that. At 3:40, student, what I told you? What I told you? The time is 3:40. You please take the clock. You can easily understand that. This is 12. This is 3, 6, 9, 1, 2, 4, 5, 7, 8, 10, 11. What is the time, my dear students? Time is 3:40. At 3:40, what is important? Minute hand is absolutely on 8. Isn't it? 3:40, minute hand will be absolutely on 8. But our hand, will it be on 3 for sure? No. Our hand will not be on 3. It will move between 3 and 4. Isn't it? It will move between 3 and 4. But minute hand will be on 8 for sure. Okay. Let us imagine. Minute hand on 8, our hand on 3. If this is the case, tell me what is the angle. Tell me how many divisions? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. 25 divisions. 25 divisions means how much? How many angles? 150 degrees. 25 divisions. Every 1 division is 6 degrees. 25 degrees, 150 degrees. But is 150 degrees is correct? Obviously no. Why no? Because our hand will not be on 3. It will be between 3 and 4. You see man, see. It will be between 3 and 4. Which means our angle further shrinks. Our angle further shrinks. Which means your answer is not 150 but minus. How much minus? What is the technique? What is here? 40. What is half of 40? 20. You just subtract. I understand that you can ask me, sir, why we are subtracting? You can ask me, sir, why we are subtracting? Sometimes we are adding, sometimes we are subtracting. When to subtract, when to add. So, this is something you need to ask me. Now, here I need to clarify your doubt. Come on, student. When to subtract, when to add. This is the question you are asking me now. You please look at this. Just look at. Student, I give you 2 examples. By this you can understand. When to subtract, when to add. Here we go. Let me take two different situations. Let me take two different situations. Come on student. When we are finding angle between the hands, when to subtract, when to add. This is a routine question usually people may be having in their mind. I understand that. This is something we need to guess. For example, student, let us assume that the time is 3:10. Take an example, the time is 3:10. You understand? The time is 3:10. Okay? And we take another example, the time is 3:50. We take two examples. Come on student. And now I think you will be able to get, we need to find the angle when the time is 3:10. We need to find the angle when the time is 3:50. When to do this? How to do this? We have to do. Okay student, now here we go. Let me consider two different situations. Case number 1, when the time is 3:10. 3:10 in the sense, minute hand will be absolutely on 3. Let me imagine our hand on 3. Tell me, is our hand is absolutely on 3? No, but take it granted. 3:50. Okay student, 3:40, okay, we have already 3:40, okay, we consider 3:40 only. Let me explain, if the time is 3:40, then how to do? 3:40, come on. 3:40, which means minute hand is absolutely on 8, our hand on 3. Student, our hand on 3 is absolutely wrong, but for convenience we are taking. Come on. If this is the case, how many divisions? 5 divisions. Every one division 6 degrees. 5 into 6, 30. But is 30 your correct answer? No. Why? Minute hand is actually not on 3. It will move a little between 3 and 4. Which means your angle should be more than what we thought. Therefore, we have to add. How much we have to add? Half of 10. Imagine earlier question, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. 25 into 6, it is 150. But 150 is not correct because our hand lies between 3 and 4. You see, our hand lies between, coming close to minute hand, which means angle usually comes down. How much minus? Half of 40. Please note down both the questions, my dear student. Give me some time, I will explain you these questions with one more example. Maybe at the time you will be able to get it right. 20 should not be added, my dear student, should be subtracted. Why should be subtracted? I tell you once again. You please note down both the questions. Student, you please note down both the questions. Let me explain you after some time with a different example. Okay? Don't confuse, we can do it. Here we go. Come on student. What is the question, my dear student? What is the question over there? Just look at that. Here we go. At what angle are the hands indicates? 8:40. The time is 8:40. Come on student. The time is 8:40. What angle? 8:40. Come on student. 8:40. This is very interesting. Now I think you can easily understand. 8:40. Student, when the time is 8:40, it is very clear that the minute hand should be absolutely on 8. the minute hand will be absolutely on 8. What do you think? What do you think? Minute hand will be absolutely on 8. What about our hand? It will move somewhere between 8 and 9, but it is very difficult to identify. That is the reason why. Let me suppose that our hand is also on 8. Minute hand on 8 and our hand also on 8. Let me imagine a situation, both minute hand and our hand are on 8 only. Student, are you able to understand my point? Yeah. If this is the case, the angle between the hands is 0 degrees. If this is the case, angle between the hands is 0. But do you think our hand is absolutely on 8? No, 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 no. It will move between 8 and 9. Therefore, angle should be more than 0. How much more? Half of 40. Students, it is not 200, but it is 20 degrees. I think you understand, my dear students. Therefore, your answer must be 20 degrees. I think this is enough for you to explain me. Already we get so many questions. Now we move on to the next question, my dear student. Here we go. Come on, come on, come on. Next question. At what angle the hands, you already we discussed. Student, should I explain this question to you? At what time are the hands of a clock at right angle between 7 and 8 o'clock? Tell me how to discuss this question. Tell me, student, at what time are the hands of a clock at right angle 7 to 8? What is the time now? The time is 7 o'clock. The time is 7 o'clock. Here we go. The time is 7 o'clock. Tell me, what is the gap? 35 divisions is the gap. Gap should be taken in clockwise direction. We discuss many questions. I don't want to waste your time. If you have to see the angles are right angle, therefore we have to maintain a difference of 15. It happens 2 times, plus or minus. Case number 1, minus 35 minus 15. Case number 2. Case number 2. Come on, student, plus 35 plus 15. Check it out, at what time it happens. 20 divisions, 50 divisions. 20 divisions are covered in what time? 240 by 11. 2 times. It is almost 21 minutes. Because only first case you are asked to find. We are given only one case, not 2 cases. You please follow. I think there is no confusion. Okay. Come on, student. Student, you are asked to find between 1:30 and 2 p.m. 1:30 and 2 p.m. Therefore, while answering this kind of question, 12, 3, 6, 9, 1, 2, 4, 5. Because as far as clock is concerned, I told you very simple technique. What is the time now? The time is 1 o'clock. The time is 1 o'clock. Okay, the time is 1 o'clock. When the time is 1 o'clock, what is the angle between the hands? 5 divisions. To be 15 divisions, plus or minus. How many cases we get? 2 cases. One is 5 minus 15 minus 10. Second case, 5 plus 15, that is 20 divisions. But minus 10 is not correct. We have to add 60. You know, whenever we get minus, we have to make it plus by adding 60. We already discussed. I should not waste your time for this. But you are asked to find angle between 1:30 to 6 p.m. 2 p.m. means this remaining portion. Therefore, we take this one. 12 by 11. 600 by 11. How many times? 54 minutes. The fraction is neglected. You are given only 54 minutes past. There is some fraction which is not given. So, let us forget about that. Okay. Student, all the questions I already explained to you. I think I should not waste your time repeating same questions again and again. So, please do not ask me to explain the same question again and again, because it was already explained, many questions we discuss. Yes, student, just look at the next one. But not together, same straight line but not together. Come on student, look at this question. What is the time now? Time is 10 o'clock. Time is 10 o'clock. Okay. When the time is 10 o'clock, our hand is on 10, minute hand is absolutely on 12. What is the gap? The gap is 50 divisions. You see? Same straight line, what I told you? Same straight line. Case number 1, opposite. Case number 2, together. Same straight line, what I told you? 2 times. One is opposite and together. But what you are asked? Not together. Not together means opposite. Gap is 50 divisions. You are looking for 30 divisions, which means 20 divisions you have to cover, for which how much time it takes? Past 10 o'clock. Student, all the questions we already discussed. So, please, all the questions we already discussed, man. You please let me complete once. If you still find any difficulty, we repeat the topic again. There is no such confusion, no problem, we discuss. Here we go. Student, why should I waste your time, man? You can do this, you can answer this question. You understand, my dear students, between 3 and 4 o'clock when the hands are together, you understand how to do this kind of questions? Tell me what is the process. This is 12, 6, 3, 9. What is the time now? The time now is taken 3 o'clock, between 3 and 4. What is the gap right now? Now the gap is 15 divisions. At 3 o'clock, the gap is 15 divisions. What you are looking for? You are looking for together. To be together, there must be 0 divisions, which means minute hand must move 15 divisions. To move 15 divisions, how much time it takes? 180 by 11, one time, 16. Student, these questions already we discussed along. So many questions we discuss. If you find really difficult, which means that we need to repeat this once again. Yeah, I understand that. When you are listening, when I am teaching, it seems to be so easy. Yeah, I said that is the reason aptitude is not a joke. When I tell everything seems to be so easy, you are able to do, but when practicing, it is not that easy. That is the reason why our chairmen are asked you to practice minimum 4 hours a day. What chairmen are told you? Sir told you to practice minimum 4 hours a day. If you do not practice that many years, it is not easy to get the perfection. You see, I am repeatedly telling, I am repeatedly telling the question. I am asking and I am giving you more examples, still you find it difficult. Aptitude is not that easy. You have to practice. But do not mind students, please do not be under confusion. We discuss the topic. If you find any topics too difficult, we discuss that again, no problem, because it is in our hand, we can do it. Yes, student, please look at that. Yeah, just look at that. Tell me what is 11th question. The time is 4 o'clock. Here the time is 4 o'clock. When the time is 4 o'clock, student, what the difficulty you must be facing is you are not practicing, man. When you are not practicing, obviously you won't get the perfection. You need to practice a lot to get the perfection in the topic. What is the time now? The time is 4 o'clock. Between 4 and 5, the time is 4 o'clock. When the time is 4 o'clock, the gap is 20 divisions. But what gap you are looking for? You are looking for 2 divisions, which means it has to pass how many divisions? 18 divisions. It has to pass 18 divisions from the starting point. How much time it takes? 12 by 11. I think the time is 4 o'clock. You are looking the minutes hands should be at a space of 2 minutes. 2 minute happens 2 ways, plus or minus, that is 1, and second one 20. You see, my dear students, you see, just listen to me. What is the time now? The time is 4 o'clock. Take some example, you will be able to find it. Aptitude is a challenging topic every time, my dear students. Aptitude is challenging every time because that is the structure of the topic. Tell me what is the time? The time is 4 o'clock. Here is the time. What you are expecting? You are expecting a gap of 2 minutes. 2 minutes gap can be expected in 2 ways. If the minute hand comes over here, you can maintain a gap of 2 minutes. If the minute hand comes over here, you can also maintain a gap of 2 minutes. 2 minutes gap is maintained in 2 different ways, at 4:18 or 4:22. Therefore, what is the gap? 20 divisions. What you are expecting? 2 happens for 2 times. Case number 1. 20 minus 2. Case number 2, 20 plus 2. I think this one you are given, because that you are not given. Any one is okay, no problem. You need not be given all. 22 into 12 by 11. It is close to no problem, student. You please do it. You find it little difficult, but don't be under impression that you have to answer all the questions. Yeah. Sometimes the question takes a lot of time. Yeah, I understand that. That is the difficulty in this particular topic. No problem. We can discuss. Student, I think you can do this, man. You can do this question. There is no confusion. At what time between 4:30 and 5 o'clock will the minute hand and hour hand are perpendicular to each other, which means 90 degrees. What is the gap when the time is 4 o'clock? What is the gap when the time is 4 o'clock? The gap is 20 divisions. Because perpendicular to each other, they have to maintain 15 divisions. 15 division gap happens how many times? 2 times. 1 time minus 20 minus 15, that is 5 divisions. Second time plus means 20 plus 15, that is 35 divisions. But what you are looking for? You are looking for 4:30 and 5. After 4:30, second half means this you are looking for. Get it, my dear students? How many times it cancel? 38. What is the gap? 38. 2 by 11 minutes past 4 o'clock. Okay? Not very big issue, man. Not very big issue, but I understand that you feel it is difficult because you don't answer all the questions. Yeah, it is not possible to answer all the questions. Every time we have to learn new techniques, my dear students. It is a continuous process. Okay, no problem. We discuss again. Here we go. Come on student, question number 15. I think there is no need to explain you because this is very clear to you. Should I explain? There is no such need. Okay, you can go ahead. Okay, let me explain you briefly. What is the time now? 4:30 to 5. Okay, therefore, when the time is 4 o'clock, the gap is 20 divisions. What you are expecting? You are expecting opposite direction, which means opposite direction means there should be a gap of 30 divisions. When it happens, minus 10, but minus should be converted into plus by adding 60, 50 divisions. 50 divisions are covered in what time? Into 12 by 11. That is 600 by 11. How many times? 5 times. 54, 6 by 11 minutes past 4 o'clock. Okay. After 4:30 only it happens. It never happens before that. I think you understand my question. Let me complete the questions first. Even after, if you find any difficulty, we come back. No problem, student. Maybe it is not possible in class. Maybe in the revision class, I will definitely do all this. No problem. We discuss some more questions. Student, I think I should not explain you. Not necessary. Question number 16. Yeah, this is very, very simple, man. Yeah. I think there is no confusion, you can easily understand that. Earlier question, did you find any difficulty, students? Oh yeah, please look at that. There is a small correction I should make. Maybe the difficulty in this question could be, here it is. It is not 340, it is 34 degrees. You please write down. I am sorry for that. So, you know you can do it, you just try. You just try, and if you find difficulty, we discuss. Maybe it is not possible in the class. In the revision, we can definitely do it, because time is so limited. Student, I think there is no confusion, you can do this. Same straight line but not facing, same straight line but not facing opposite. Same straight line but not facing opposite. What does that mean? But not facing opposite means both the hands must be together. What is the time, student? 7 o'clock. When the 7 o'clock, the time is, the gap is 35 divisions. What gap you are looking for? 0 divisions. When it happens, but facing opposite, but facing opposite. Therefore, what is the gap? 35 divisions. They need to face opposite. Opposite means 30 divisions. How many divisions it has to move? 5 divisions. How much time it takes? 12 by 11. That means 60 by 11. Therefore, your correct answer must be 5 by 11 minutes past 7 o'clock. Okay. Student, you should also look at my case, because the time is too limited. In this time, I have to explain all this. I understand your problem, student. I could able to find a right solution for that. Please, it's not a very big issue. We will definitely find the solution. Okay. Next one. Question number 20. Same straight line but not together. Same straight line but not together means they need to be opposite. You can do this. 21. I think you can get it, man. There is no confusion at all. Between 12 o'clock and 1 o'clock, when will the hands of the clock be together again? 12 to 1 never happens. 12 to 1 it never happens. You see, my dear students, between 12 to 1 it never happens. You know, as per the diagram is concerned, here we go. What is the time given? 12 o'clock. 12 o'clock both the hands are together. After that, at what time the hands will be together again? I told you already, my dear student, it is only after 1 o'clock. So, which means between 12 to 1, the opposite togetherness happens only at 12. Never happens between 12 to 1. It happens after 1, which means togetherness happens at 1:05. So, between 12 to 1, it never happens. It happens exactly at 12 o'clock, but in that particular time never happens. 23 students, angle between the hands, you can do this, man. Angle between the hands, you do this. Student, should I explain whether to add or subtract? Come here, we concluded this topic with this question. Tell me what is the time now? The time is 7:20. The time is 7:20. Just see. 3, 6, 9. The time is 7:20. When the time is 7:20, my dear student, tell me, minute hand is absolutely on for our hand, let us assume, is on 7. Actually, it is not on 7, it is between 7 and 8. But if you take this 1, 2, 3, how many gaps? 5, 10, 15. Gap is 15 divisions. 15 into 6, that is, it should be 70 degrees. I think it should be 90 degrees. When the time is 7:20, the gap should be something like this. I think you understand my point. But the problem is, our hand will not be on 7, it will be somewhere between 7 and 8, which means angle will be more than 7, more than 90. How much more? Half of 20. Therefore, angle at the time of 7:20 will be 100 degrees. Please make it right. You see, it won't be on 7, it will be moving towards 8, which means your answer will be more than what we get. Therefore, should be added. How much we should add? We have to add half. Half means 10. 90 plus 10, 100 degrees. Please make it right, my dear students. Please make it right. Yeah. Yes, student. So, this is all about, because the time is so limited. I could see that some of you are so interested and so eagerly doing, and therefore you are getting so many doubts. It is quite natural. Aptitude is such a topic. More you do, more the questions they come. So, keep practicing. I may not be able to answer all your questions, you see, its time is so limited, but I will try to answer as many questions as possible. If the time permits, we repeat the topics as well. If you find any questions, any topics too difficult, we discuss. Okay, student? Take care, students. So, tomorrow we will meet and we continue time and distance.